You're watching the KOAM Morning News on Fox 14.
Right now at 7, an update on last weekend's Joplin homicide as a suspect is revealed.
Also, the final day of our series on the Joplin City Council candidates.
And we have an alert day today, strong to severe thunderstorms likely this afternoon. And again tonight, we'll break down the details coming up.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Well, good morning and welcome to the KOAM Morning News on Fox 14. I'm Samantha Walker.
And I'm Chris Warner. Just after 7 o'clock on this Friday, March the 6th, here in the 4 states. We've got thunderstorms out there this morning we've been keeping an eye on. We have our severe threat this afternoon and again into the overnight hours. This is really 3 sets of storms, 2 of which are almost guaranteed to bring severe weather at this point. Our new outlook for today just came out. I can see it and I'm going to show it to you. Not many changes. We're going to break it down for you. Let's first start with our live look from the Westco camera here at the KOAM studios. Got that gusty south wind, got some sunshine, mostly cloudy skies that you can see from there. KDOT camera 69400, similar situation. If you look, some sunshine, mostly cloudy skies overhead. And a quick check of the MoDOT camera, 32nd and range line in Joplin. There is a rainbow. I am 98% certain that that's what we're looking at here, back off to the north and west. That's a good sign for now. Well, we have those storms on the way. So this first Skywatch Storm Tracker, we've got this new guy that's going up. This is near Fredonia. We have this complex of storms. None of these have been severe. They have produced, as you can see, quite a bit of lightning. They've produced some heavy rain and some small hail, but they've stayed under severe limits, which is good, but that lightning's still a problem. You need to be cautious. You need to be very careful as you're heading out this morning. We keep seeing, like this one, development take place. We've got these little showers, a little moderate shower pushing in to the south side of Pittsburgh. You can see that rain in eastern Cherokee County. That's why we've got that rainbow there. It's 32nd in range line that we can see. All right, we're going to put this into motion. And you can see these storms start as showers. They pick up pretty quickly. We had severe storms track up right to the edge of our area. They began to weaken, and as they died out, they set out an outflow that triggered new storm development, which has continued. And we're going to keep an eye on these showers because, again, even this started as just a shower. So we'll see what happens. Again, so far, thankfully being behaved. Temperatures, though. This is how you know something's up. These numbers just, they don't jive for this time of year and this time of day. 64 in Joplin, 65 in Pittsburgh, and around the region, we are into the 60s. We've got low, mid, and upper 60s. Cassville, Monette, a little cooler, both at 61. And we've got some 67s out there. Those are the warmer spots. Jay, Grove, Fort Scott, and Stockton. The change, if you were with us on KOAM, great. If you weren't, what's changed on this map is those hatch marks have been removed from our wind risk. That's a good improvement. Unfortunately, no changes here. We have a level 2 and 3 out of 5 risk for tornadoes and a level 3 out of 5 risk for large hail. And again, the hatch marks, though, removed from our wind risk. It's a level 2 out of 5. Here's what we've got. Thunderstorms this morning continuing. Some of them could try and intensify to severe status, so we will watch them closely. Once we get past 2 o'clock, supercells begin to develop. I know it looks super impressive on this, but I assure you, we've got to watch them very carefully because these will be capable of producing tornadoes, very large hail, and of course damaging wind gusts, and they'll continue through the late evening hours until we eventually get a line of storms overnight tonight that will still have those same threats associated with it. So scattered storms, some of these could be, very well may be, severe. We're going to eventually go in the low to mid 70s. Non-thunderstorm winds today, gusting upwards of 35 out of the south. We're going to break down in detail the timing on these storms, those hazards, and what we're looking at with the next 2 rounds in just a few more minutes. Samantha?
Chris, thanks. Joplin police have released the name of a suspect in last weekend's shooting death. This man, 40-year-old Andre Swindle of Joplin. He's about 6'3" and weighs 190 pounds. Authorities say he's on the run and should be considered armed and dangerous. Swindle is suspected in the weekend death of 27-year-old Anthony Campbell of Joplin. Investigators say the victim and the shooter knew each other. The shooting occurred early Saturday morning in the Joplin Bar District parking lot in the 500 block of Joplin Avenue. Campbell had suffered numerous gunshot wounds and died at the scene. We concluded our 3-day candidate series on the Joplin City Council race, 6 candidates competing for 3 open council seats. We heard from 3 of the candidates about what motivates them to run.
Last 4 years, we put a lot of projects forward. We've seen a lot of growth and a lot of progress, whether it's through ARPA funds, whether it's through the Homeless Coalition, or Mia Tierra, the new economic development, the industrial park. I want to see these things through completion. And that's what motivated me to continue to run. The job's not done yet. We've got to make sure that we're doing all these projects. The sports complex is coming. I want to see that through. That's going to be huge for us. We got to get the police and fire and dispatch pay up.
When I look at City Council, I don't see someone who represents me. I want to make sure that I am able to amplify the voice of the people and not my own, and make sure that what the constituents of the city want is what the council upholds.
I like to watch city council meetings, and I've never spoken in front of city council, but I often go and listen and just see what's going on. I like to learn and educate myself. And what I saw is not a representation of the people that the city council were serving. I think that's our biggest obligation, like as public servants of any kind.
You can find the complete responses from all 6 candidates on our website, KOAMnewsnow.com. And those are our top news stories this half hour. Coming up next, Kristi Noem is replaced as Homeland Security Secretary. You're watching the KOAM Morning News on Fox 14. Topping Nation Watch this morning, President Trump removed Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem from her post yesterday, effective end of the month. Noem has served in a position for just over a year. In a post on Truth Social, the president saying Noem has, quote, served us well and will take over a new role called Envoy for the Shield of the Americas, a position he described as one that will lead our new security initiative in the Western Hemisphere. In congressional hearings this week, Noem was questioned about a $200 million ad campaign she oversaw. The president also announced he is replacing Noem with Oklahoma Senator Mark Wayne Mullen. While major airline will resume flights to Venezuela after a more than 6-year ban. American Airlines has been approved to restart flights to Caracas and Maracaibo from Miami. The U.S. Department of Transportation rescinded a 2019 ban after a request from President Trump to lift restrictions. The agency reportedly reviewed airport security procedures in Caracas last week. American Airlines says it's planning to offer flights to Venezuela daily for business, leisure, and humanitarian travel opportunities. The Transportation Department's order is valid for 2 years. The State Department put Venezuela on its do not travel list for Americans in December, shortly before the U.S. military seized the country's leader, Nicolas Maduro. Venezuela is currently still on the do not travel advisory. That's a look at some of today's top national stories. We'll be right back.
Here's your Skywatch weather forecast from the trusted Roper Kia Weather Center.
Welcome back to the KOAM Morning News. It is 7:13 on this Friday morning. Got a lot to go over, not a lot of time. We're going to squeeze it all in somehow. Let's take a quick look at Skywatch Storm Tracker. We've got a thunderstorm complex now beginning to exit the region. So Burlington, Garnett, Mountain City, just north of Bronson. This is staying north of Fort Scott. We'll stay north of Nevada, but you may be hearing some thunder, especially in the Fort Scott area. You can probably see the lightning in the distance as the sun comes up. And then we've got this guy north, right over Buffalo, west of Chanute. And the only reason I'm coming is take a look. What is it? It's 6:49 in the morning. We go back a little further. Look at that. 6:47. Just a little shower there, southwest of Fredonia. This is the sign that we've been talking about of the energy that is already available for these storms this morning. These have all been behaved. They have produced some small hail. They've produced frequent lightning. I mean, there's just this little cell. It's what, 1, 2, 3, that's four lightning strikes, just this little cell within a short period of time. Now, I know it says 16, but remember, it's counting all of the lightning strikes it can see. The lightning, heavy rain, been the main concern with these storms through the morning, but you can see how quickly, again, new development just keeps taking place on the outflow of those thunderstorms as they lift off to the north and east. We've had little showers flare up here and there. That's why we got a great view of that rainbow from 32nd in range line, the MODOT camera. I pointed our Joplin Tower camera toward it, got a good shot, posted that on our social media pages. You can check it out. Nice view. Nice rainbow to start the day ahead of what is going to be a significant severe weather day, unfortunately. So, all right, let's break down the threats. A level 2 and 3 out of 5 risk on the tornado category. So we could see a few tornadoes. The main time frame for that's going to be 2 p.m. to, let's say, midnight, really. These hatch marks, though, indicate the potential of an isolated strong tornado, a BF2 or greater. I want to also emphasize that the hatch marks are simply letting us know that the atmosphere could support that. It does not guarantee that we'll see a strong tornado, okay? It's just indicating that the atmosphere is supportive of that type of development, so we want to watch that. Level 3 out of 5 risk still for the large hail. And those hatch marks indicating potential for tennis ball size hails. We're talking very large hail that could cause damage and issues all on its own. The only positive change we saw is the hatch marks have been removed from our damaging wind risk. That means this level 2 out of 5 still for winds 60, 70 miles an hour out there. Future track, the storms we're seeing now continue. If they continue, as future tracks suggest, they could potentially reach severe levels as we get a little further into the late morning, afternoon. We get a little more energy in here, a little more heating in. So we'll keep an eye on them. They exit by about 1, 2 o'clock. But at 2 o'clock, we're now watching the next round where we start to see supercell development. I know it doesn't look impressive on future track. Future track sometimes has trouble with the supercell development. Late tonight, it does not. It picks up on them pretty well. But we want to watch any of these storms that can develop this afternoon. This is where our highest tornado and large hail risk will be, is with the supercells. These risks will be with all storms, regardless of what time, but they're greater during the afternoon and into the evening when we have the supercell storms, the ones that are off by themselves. And that continues through about 8 initially, and then we see new development around 9, 10 o'clock into northeastern Oklahoma. But see, these supercells, future track is showing them slightly more intense potentially. So we've got to keep a close eye on that. This lifts off to the north and east. Joplin, eventually maybe Jasper, probably just south of Lamar if this holds. South of Stockton, Monette, Mount Vernon, Cassville, Anderson, Neosho, Pineville. Those are areas we got to watch through midnight. But at the same time, the front approaches and we're watching this. This line doesn't look very impressive first off at midnight. By 1 a.m., just an hour later, look at that line. And then look at the little notch shapes that you can see in parts of this line. That's where we could get the potential for spin-up tornadoes. That's why we have to watch all of this. Damaging wind risk will be maximized with the line, but again, all hazards will be possible. It intensifies, honestly, even more so. By 2 a.m., it's pushing through Fort Scott, Pittsburgh, Nevada. By 3, it's Stockton, Lamar, Joplin, Miami, Neosho, back down toward Grove, Veneta. And then it eventually begins to exit about 5, 6 o'clock on Saturday morning. So we have a long period of severe weather that you've got to stay weather aware of. And we're also, again, keeping an eye on Tuesday for the potential for scattered strong to severe thunderstorms across the region as well. Not looking as intense as what we're expecting this afternoon and tonight, but still something that we want to keep an eye on. So make sure you've got several ways to receive weather alerts, and make sure whatever ways you use are turned up, especially tonight when that line comes through in the wee hours of tomorrow morning. All right, alert day today, really into tonight as well. Will be low 70s, low mid 70s, non-thunderstorm winds out of the south gusting to 30. Breezy tonight, northwest winds gusting to 30. Northwest winds gusting to 30 on Saturday. Mid 50s will clear out after those storms get out of here. Not a bad Sunday. Couple showers maybe Monday morning. And we're watching next Tuesday. That's Check Your Forecast. We're back with more right after this.
Topping Health Watch. More than 1 in 3 adults are and 1 in 4 children suffer from seasonal allergies. And if you live in certain parts of the country, you may be sneezing more this spring. Just in time for allergy season, Thumbtack is revealing its first ever report ranking the top 10 sneeziest cities in the U.S. Topping the sneeze count is Atlanta, followed by Charlotte, North Carolina, Austin, Texas, Washington, D.C., and Dallas. And rounding out the top 10, Orlando, Tampa, Florida, Baltimore, Raleigh, and Seattle. Making the list is nothing to sneeze at. 7 of the top 10 cities are in the southern part of the country, where longer growing seasons, dense tree coverage, and high humidity create ideal conditions for pollen to linger. And if you're looking to breathe a little easier this season, Thumbtack suggests maintaining your HVAC system, deep cleaning soft surfaces regularly, staying on top of yard maintenance, and sealing the gaps around doors and windows to help keep allergens like pollen and dust outside your home. Well, a popular drug typically prescribed for weight loss may show promising benefits for another aspect of addiction. A study published by the British Medical Journal Wednesday found that people using GLP-1 drugs such as Ozempic or Wegovy were less likely to develop substance use disorders. The study also found those with previously diagnosed substance use disorders who took GLP-1 medications were less likely to be hospitalized or overdose. The study analyzed records from the Department of Veteran Affairs database of more than 600,000 people with type 2 diabetes. Researchers leading the study examined GLP-1 benefits across many substance types such as alcohol, nicotine, cannabis, opioids, and more. We'll stick around to meet a child prodigy who's taking a few days off of 4th grade to present at Paris Fashion Week.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Welcome back to the KOAM Morning News on Fox 14. It's currently 7:25. I'm Samantha Walker. We're going to head over to Chris with a quick look at your forecast.
Yeah, we are going to start this morning with our live look downtown Pittsburgh first. So you can see we have those mostly cloudy skies. Not much going on. In fact, looking at the Skywatch Storm Tracker, which we'll show you in a moment, thunderstorm activity is beginning to wind down a little bit. KDOT camera 69400 looking okay. See some dark clouds out there, but otherwise not much. 30-second in range line. MoDOT camera there. We've lost the rainbow, of course, but it was a very lovely sight to see this morning. Okay, here's what we've got on the Skywatch Storm Tracker. So those dark clouds we see from the MoDOT camera, it's these showers here running right along 43 from Joplin up to about Liberal or so. Not much to those. I want to point out this activity here west of Veneta and near Locust Grove because, what is this, 20 minutes ago? Not even 30 minutes ago? It wasn't there. That's how a lot of our activity this morning started in southeast Kansas. Here's what we've got left. Scattered storms from Burlington, Garnett, over toward Mound City. Fair amount of lightning still, so do be cautious. We have these newer storms that have fired up. One southwest of Iola. A few Yates Center, you're in the middle of what looks like just a little tic-tac-toe board of showers and storms. But again, none of these have been severe. They've been strong. We've had some small hail. Had a lot of lightning, some heavy rain. We want to watch them. The reason we want to watch this activity down here is I'm going to set this very quickly to go back. Let's see, it's 7 o'clock. We'll go back about 4 hours. And I want to show you what happens with the thunderstorms that we're seeing exiting southeast Kansas now. We go back and take a look. Watch right by Sedan. That's where it began, just that little shower that then turned into a thunderstorm. Then it again grew and became a whole complex of storms. So that's why we want to watch any of the showers that flare up, because right now, this is a signal as to how much energy is out there that these storms can tap into. It's why they keep building. But we also want to watch them because while they have been pretty tame this morning, we still have that opportunity that we could see a strong or severe storm through the morning hours into the early afternoon, which we'll watch very closely. These temperatures, though, kind of tell the story on their own. I mean, it's March the 6th, 64 in Joplin, 66 in Pittsburgh. It's way too warm for this time of year and this time of day. Our cooler temperatures, 61, Monette and in Yates Center, for the most part. In fact, for the entire area, you can see we're all into the 60s. We've got some upper 60s. We've been pretty close to 70 in some cases. We've got that level 2 and 3 out of 5 risk for tornadoes as we head into the afternoon and overnight. Level 3 out of 5 for hail. Level 2 out of 5 for wind. We're going to break down these threats in detail in the full forecast in a moment. Want to get to future track again? It's still showing the storms that we're seeing this morning. And if they do hold on through the late morning, they could tap into some extra energy, become severe, or at least low grade. So we want to watch that. Our biggest concern, though, comes after 2 o'clock. We start seeing supercell development. This is from about 2 p.m. to midnight is when our tornado and large hail threat will be maximized. Now, these hazards, including the winds, will be possible with any of the storms, but that's where that peak is going to be with those individual supercells out there. And then overnight, we're going to get a line of storms that'll plow through the area. Which will bring its own set of risks with it as well. Scattered storms out there today. Some of those could be severe. Temperatures low mid 70s. Non-thunderstorm winds today out of the south, gusting upwards of 35. As mentioned, we're going to break down the threats we're looking at this afternoon and this evening, break down the timing on the next 2 waves of storms here in just a few more minutes. Samantha?
Thanks, Chris. In preparation for severe weather season, fire chiefs from Carthage and Webb City are advising residents to be aware of community storm shelters. Some schools in both towns provide community shelters. You can find out about the school and fire department's social media pages as they post when shelters are available. Some are only open after school hours.
Community shelters that are located at 3 different schools, plus the one at Crowder College. There's also one in Oronogo and one in Carterville as well that will open whenever the Webb City schools activate theirs.
Make sure to check out your local authorities and school socials as they strive to keep posting updates online as they're available. Well, when severe weather strikes the 4 states, KOAM wants to make sure you can receive vital information in real time. And we have multiple ways for you to do that. When it's time, we'll cut in and go live on streaming. You can watch the KOAM family of channels using a free antenna or through your cable or satellite provider. KOAM Plus streaming is also available on smart TVs or devices, free with no sign up needed. Watch it on our YouTube page, website, or free mobile news and weather apps. Our team's #1 goal is your safety. The Thrive Joplin Project, a 4-year community-driven initiative launched by One Joplin, is working to identify barriers that keep people in the community from thriving, including issues like affordable housing, access to health care, and healthy living. Community members will have another chance to get involved at a Thrive Joplin Summit on April 16th, where organizers plan to share an action plan and encourage local groups to help carry out future initiatives.
Just incredible to get to witness this has been a project that we dreamed about for years. We received funding through a grant to do this project over a 4-year process. And so seeing it come from the planning to fruition it's just very exciting. And really to just be the connector for our faith community is very humbling.
Community members will have another chance to get involved at a Thrive Joplin Summit on April 16th, where organizers plan to share an action plan and encourage local groups to help carry out future initiatives. Well, Ottawa County residents gather at the Miami Civic Center to learn about the latest Tar Creek Superfund cleanup progress. The 3rd annual open house brings together 18 organizations to update the community on ongoing cleanup efforts at the contaminated site. Families took advantage of free lead testing for children and household items. An environmental scientist from the Quapaw Nation says the event highlighted decades of environmental progress.
We have to keep having this because we're not done yet. The change is that it's the same. There's no change. We just keep inching closer to better, but it's not done yet.
The waste that is collected from the Superfund site is shipped to a depository where it is to be buried. Well, 3rd graders from Columbian Elementary brought smiles and handmade cards to St. Luke's Nursing Home residents in Carthage yesterday. The special visitors weren't chosen at random. Teachers selected one student from each grade who best demonstrated the trait of service throughout the school year. The nursing home visit served as the culminating project for the school's service-focused initiative. A few 3rd graders mentioned this was a special moment as they got to meet new people. Well, high school students pitched their business idea ideas to judges for a chance at $3,000 in prize money at the 12th annual Cherokee County Youth Entrepreneurship Challenge. Students from Columbus, Riverton, Southeast, Baxter Springs, and Galena presented 4-minute boardroom pitches complete with executive summaries and financial projections. Organizers say the competition goes far beyond classroom learning. Some student ideas could become actual businesses.
We definitely want them to feel the support of the community in an entrepreneurship venture. So we want to make sure that they learn what it takes to run a business and look at numbers of input and cost. And so they learn that through this process.
This hands-on experience allows students to demonstrate their innovation, communication skills, and business potential. Well, First Presbyterian Church of Joplin meets every first Tuesday for a meal with a mission. The congregation supports local nonprofits, including Community Clinic, Joplin Nala, and Cross Lines Ministries. Members believe their church should be part of the community and help care for all neighbors. The monthly gathering combines fellowship with service to others. That's a look at our top news stories coming up this half hour on the KOAM Morning News. Shannon Becker presents his top 3 biggest stories of the week. Well, welcome back. We've got Shannon Becker in the studio with his big 3 news stories of the week. Good morning, Shannon.
Hello, how are you?
Good, how are you? Happy Friday.
Thank you. You look great in blue as always.
Well, thank you.
Let's take a look at the big 3 stories this week. What's happening where you live? A fatal crash begins our big 3 stories. It happened to the east of Anderson the other morning in heavy rain. This is a story you remember we covered, both of us together. This is a fatal crash involving a young man from Stella, Missouri. Died there at the scene. More details can be found on our website, KOAM News Now. Number 2, homicide in the Joplin Bar District. This has been something that's going on the last couple of years. Actually, shootings in downtown Joplin. Number 2. In the Bar District. Yeah, so here it is. It happened late Friday night into Saturday morning. You can see up at the upper right-hand corner there, Joplin Police Department yesterday, Captain Austin Wolf released to us the details of the suspect. He is wanted now. There's a warrant for homicide for the man. You can find out more details on our website on Andre Swindell. They've taken a couple of different SWAT operations here locally, but have not located him yet. Our number 1 story, tragedy. Of course, it's been unfolding the last couple of weeks in Christian County. I got to attend the funeral and the procession from the law enforcement this last Saturday. It was an amazing tribute to the 2 officers that were killed. Springfield, the entire region, Northwest Arkansas was there, Northeast Oklahoma, Southeast Kansas. I know Crawford County and Cherokee County both were there. As I was filming, I was looking one direction, and I turned to the other. It had been raining, and there I saw a rainbow above the procession. It was literally, it took my breath away. My friend said on the live feed, he goes, "What was wrong with you?" Because it literally took my breath away. I could not believe it. The rainbow was right above that procession as it was going towards the city square there in Ozark.
And such a community turnout for that as
insane.
well.
It was a tragedy. That's our number 1 story. And then our bonus story of the week, well, let's end it on a good note, huh? The circus is coming to town. Now, it's going to be a week from this Thursday. It'll be March 12th through the 15th. The Tarzan Cervini Circus. They're our hometown circus. They raise their kids here in town. They actually winter here. Now, this is the event you and I are going to be doing at the circus. We're going to get inside that sphere and ride motorcycles, right?
Oh my goodness!
Wouldn't it be hilarious?
Oh, not. I've ridden a motorcycle, that.
I get so nervous watching them do that.
Just breathing in. I'd be like, am I skinny enough? Like, I feel like I'm a larger obstacle.
Stop it! Well, me too. Come on. We couldn't even move if we were in that sphere. Like. We're just here standing here. But my grandsons love it. We're looking forward to it this next week. It's the bonus story
so much
and
fun.
The circus. Yep.
Yeah, well, thank you so much, Shannon. We're going to be right back.
Here's your Skywatch weather forecast from the trusted Roper Kia Weather Center.
Welcome back to the KOAM Morning News, 7:42 on this Friday morning. We've still got showers and a few thunderstorms out there pushing through the area this morning. Most of the thunderstorm activity, though, pushing into our northern counties, beginning to exit the area. So we've still got these little, almost like fingers of storms stretching just east of Burlington through Garnett, And then back through Lincoln and Mound City. A few showers back over to Bates County around Butler, Deer Creek. Back into our area, we've got some moderate showers here north of Iola and into the northern portions of Iola. Southeast of Yates Center, another shower, and you've got some storms to your north and west. And we've got little spotty showers you can see here by Thayer. We got this guy out here by Caneyville. Into Chautauqua County. Keep an eye on that. Like I said, we want to keep an eye on all the showers, as I showed you earlier. Most of what we've seen with this complex now up to the north started as just a few showers in Chautauqua County. So that's why we want to watch it. Got some showers right along, immediately west of the I-49 corridor from north of Nevada back down toward Jasper. Got some showers into Craig County, just north of Veneta. And we've got some around the Grand Lake area, southwest of Grove, back down into the western portions of Delaware County. So that's what we have going on this morning. And, well, actually, see this guy out here in Osage County. That's, I'll back it up to still. I just want to show you, because I want to give you the idea as to what we're talking about. Like this storm here by Hominy, not much, but look, this is like 15 minutes ago. It wasn't anything. That's the energy, again, that these storms have to deal with. And it's 7:44 in the morning. And they already have enough energy to continue to generate and at least try. Not all of them have been successful. And thankfully, so far, our ones this morning have been behaved, which is good. They've produced quite a bit of lightning. That lightning's still dangerous. They've produced some heavy rain, which heavy rain is something we've needed, is at least some rain out there. And we had some earlier this morning, especially in parts of Greenwood and Woodson counties, producing some small hail, all below severe limits. But you can see even these showers down here, watch how quickly it goes up. Not impressive, may not do much more, but it goes up fast, like that guy over there, like all of that did. And this is just one small sample of what we're looking at. Let's break down our threats for today. A level 2 and 3 out of 5 on the tornado threat. So we could see a few tornadoes. It's a possibility. These hatch marks, they look devious. They somewhat are. It's the indication that we could see a strong tornado or two, so it'd be EF2 or greater. The hatch marks on any of these maps, by the way, are not a guarantee of that situation. They are simply suggesting, based on the data, the atmosphere, everything like that, all the ingredients for storms, we'll put it that way. Based on all the available ingredients, these storms could potentially spawn or support a strong tornado. It's not a guarantee, though, that it happens, but that's why you need to stay weather aware. We go on to the hail risk. It's a level 3 out of 5 for virtually the entire area. Same thing, though. These hatch marks means that these storms could potentially support hail up to tennis ball size. It's very large hail. That'll do some damage. Pay close attention. Wind, the only improvement we've seen since yesterday and even this morning is the hatch marks for 80-mile-an-hour winds or greater has been removed, but we still have the level 2 out of 5 risk there. Let's get into the future track. I want to break down what we're looking at. Future track's actually changed. It's picking up on what we've seen, and I think right now, looking at the Skywatch Storm Tracker, what we just showed you, I think it's picking up on that activity. Look at the additional storms now that it shows by noon. And any of these could potentially be severe, so we want to watch that closely. Still exiting by 2, but by 2, we start seeing progressively supercell development. This has changed. This is actually updated quite significantly because it's picking up slightly better on supercell development this afternoon, and it's increasing some of that coverage. Look at 5 o'clock. This is why the 3 out of 5 risk especially is in the southeastern portion of our area. Again, we all have that tornado risk, but it's greatest in the southeast corner. So we get these thunderstorms through by 8 o'clock tonight. All hazards are still possible with these. More storms through 10 along the I-44 corridor that we need to watch very closely because they could become supercellular in nature. And then we get the line of storms. Here we go by midnight into southeastern Kansas, Yates Center, Fredonia, Chanute, Independence, Sedan, Eureka, Howard. All right through there. Now look at this. This is 1 a.m. Look at how intense this line is. Stretching from well up north of I-70, Fort Scott, Pittsburgh, Parsons, Coffeyville, Oswego, back toward Nowata. Intense line of storms. By 3 a.m., very organized, very intense line of storms continuing. Stockton, Lamar, Joplin, Miami, Veneta, Grove, Neosho eventually, Monette, Mount Vernon, Cassville, Anderson. By 5, most of it now shifting out of our area. And once we get past 5, 6 o'clock tomorrow morning, we should be done. Quick reminder as well, we still are watching Tuesday for scattered strong to severe thunderstorms across the region. We got non-thunderstorm winds today, tonight, tomorrow, gusting upwards of 30 to 35 out of the south today, northwest tonight and tomorrow, low mid-70s, low mid-40s overnight, mid-50s tomorrow. Not a bad Sunday. As I mentioned, watching storms on Tuesday. Let's check your forecast. Back with more after this.
Most elementary school students are making arts and crafts for their parents to display on the mantle, but this fourth grader is displaying his designs at Paris Fashion Week. Joy Benedict has the details.
Call him a sewing savant, a designing diamond, as Max Alexander is taking his talon à Paris.
Just a big deal. Bigger deal than a big deal.
Why is it such a bigger deal?
Because Paris is like the home of fashion.
And because he is also a big deal. Max just became the youngest designer to ever have a show at Paris Fashion Week. We caught up with the fourth grader from West LA as he was packing up his newest collection.
You could just snap them on.
But don't let his childhood whimsy and playful personality fool you. When it comes to his first international runway show, he knows exactly what he's doing.
My collection consists of 15 dresses. 90% of my show is biodegradable, recyclable, sustainable, made from dead stock and surplus.
Like a superhero of fashion, the fabric from every item was saved. I don't know what these words mean. Dead stock?
Dead stock is leftover material that is not used from companies, or like a dress that either got stained and it would have been in the landfill unless I rescued it. I'm trying to save the environment in very complicated words.
Coats made from coffee bags.
Recycled wedding dress. This is free people bags.
And this dress?
You pull it up, put flowers in it, and then when she lets go.
Of course, we first met Max when he was just 7, preparing for his first fashion show after taking social media by storm.
What do you think, Max?
His mother started him an Instagram account so his family could see his designs, and more than 1 million people followed him. Now, he has close to 6 million followers, his own design label, employees, and a Guinness World Record.
The youngest person to design a runway show.
But despite his accomplishments, he is just a kid.
You should make a bag jacket combo.
One who happens to love clothes, sewing, and design, and is now ready to show off his gifts for the world to see. I mean, this is Paris Fashion Week.
It's a big deal.
His homework tonight, probably designing for next season. We'll stick around as Chris gives a final update on today's severe weather alert. This is your Wake Up recap for March 6th. Your top stories to start your day. A crash yesterday took the life of a Pineville, Missouri woman. The two-vehicle crash happened about 9:15 at Business Route 71 and Jesse James Road. Troopers say an SUV was turning left onto Business Route 71 when it struck the other vehicle. The passenger of the struck vehicle died at the scene. The two drivers suffered minor injuries. No names have been released. Joplin police have released the name of a suspect in last week's shooting death, 40-year-old Andre Swindle of Joplin. Authorities say he's on the run and should be considered armed and dangerous. Swindle is suspected in the weekend death of 27-year-old Anthony Campbell of Joplin. Investigators say the victim and the shooter knew each other. The shooting occurred early Saturday morning in the Joplin Bar District parking lot. Campbell had suffered numerous gunshot wounds and died at the scene. That's a check of today's Wake Up Recap.
All right, and a reminder, alert day today. Today is one of our more significant severe weather days. We've still got a number of thunderstorms out there, especially in our northern counties. But what we're watching is, again, look at the development that takes place so quickly. Some of these, they're just showers. But remember that shower by Hominy? It looked like that when we showed it to you. It's getting some lightning now. More storms developing around it. More around the Oklahoma City area. This little shower, northeastern Craig County. I mean, it's just, they're not impressive, but it's a reminder as to the energy that is available for showers and storms across the area today. We've got to be so weather aware. I cannot emphasize it enough, how weather aware you've got to be. We have our supercell chances between about 2 and midnight, and then we'll have that line of storms after midnight. So between about, I'd say, midnight and 6 a.m. Saturday, 2 additional rounds, plus whatever we see this morning. All hazards are possible. Up to tennis ball size hail is possible. The potential for a strong tornado is there. Again, not a guarantee we'd see one, but that potential is there. And then damaging winds upwards of 70 miles an hour. You've got to have multiple ways to receive weather alerts. KOAM Skywatch weather app, KOAM Plus. You can get it on your smart TV, your smart device. You can stream it in our app. You can stream it on our YouTube channel. And I know, we push for the KOAM apps, absolutely. If you've got a NOAA weather radio, make sure it's turned up, make sure it's working, make sure it's set to the right channels. You need to have several ways to receive alerts, especially with that line coming in after midnight. Stay weather aware. It's going to be warm. It's breezy. Non-thunderstorm winds today out of the south, gusting 30, 35. Shifting out of the northwest tonight and tomorrow. Still gusting, though, up to 30. Cooler tonight after the cold front pushes through. Mid-40s, mid-50s Saturday. Warm, sunny on Sunday. And watching that severe threat next Tuesday as well for some scattered strong severe storms. Make sure, again, stay weather aware. Anything pops up, we'll pop in and let you know, and we'll have the latest on this today at noon.
Well, thank you so much, Chris, and thank you guys for watching. Have a great rest of your morning.